So Huawei just released 3 new smartphones that we are so excited to try out. With that being said, let's get into this video. You know, a lot of people probably knew about this press event, but me, I was late about an hour, but I still caught the gist of what happened with these 3 smartphones from Huawei, and I feel like I'm really interested. That brings me to the question of the day. Before we get into the smartphone, are smartphones in 2017 the best smartphones that has ever come out, or do you still want more? Because I feel like I need your comments to be in the description so that you guys can tell us how you feel about this. Yeah, anyway, back to the video. The Huawei Mate 10 and the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. With the Huawei Porsche design of a smartphone, which is very interesting for Porsche to do that, and I'm really interested to see how it actually pans out in terms of the specifications. You know, it has the same specifications as the Pro, so nothing to really worry about that in terms of the Porsche edition. Just the design is a little bit different to the Mate 10 Pro and the Mate 10. Now, okay, having said that, I'll put the specifications right here so you can check them out and see what is actually in the Mate 10. But what is mostly interesting to me is the cameras. The Huawei Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Pro has dual cameras with an f1.6 aperture. Now, the only smartphone that has a f1.8 aperture is the V30, and we want to try it out and see how it actually works with this actual smartphone. Going back to the displays, now one has a 2K display and one has an OLED display, which is the Mate 10 Pro has an OLED display and the Mate 10 has a 2K display. Now the Mate 10 Pro it's a little bit brighter, so it has a little bit more nits, and the Mate 10 is just decent. So if it does a decent job in, you know, everyday or day-to-day usage in, you know, sunlight or anything like that, you won't really find any problems with that. And we want to test it out, and you know, we'll hit up Huawei in South Africa and see how it actually fares, and hopefully they can invite us to the press event when it launches so that we can try this actual smartphone out. Now, I'm very much excited about the processor. It's a brand new processor in the smartphone, which is the Kirin 970, which has a dedicated core for AI purposes. So it's gonna get its own core just to do AI, you know, tasks and really learn what you do in a day-to-day basis, so that it can act accordingly and do, you know, battery saving and do other tasks, knowing that, you know, it has learned what your usage habits are, which is very interesting. And a lot of smartphones are doing this, and you know, they say that the Huawei is going to be the best one to actually be more efficient, you know, more responsive. So we're going to be very much interested to see how this actually pans out. And you know, we are very much excited, and we know that smartphone companies are really putting their best foot forward, you know, this year, and we are very excited to see what is happening with these smartphones. Anyway, going back to the specification, one has a headphone jack and the one doesn't have a headphone jack. The Mate 10 Pro doesn't have a headphone jack, and the Mate 10 has a headphone jack, which is really not a bummer if you're already, you know, using wireless headphones like I am. You know, I'm not going to be bummed about it. And yeah, it's something that, you know, give or take, if it's there, it's a bonus. If it's not, you know, we're not gonna, you know, we're not gonna cry about it. Looking at the most disappointing feature is, you know, the Mate 10 Pro has water and dust resistant and the Mate 10 doesn't. And also, it doesn't have wireless charging, but it has Huawei's fast charging in there. I don't know, you know, for me, wireless charging is still new. Maybe next year it will be like the standard for smartphones. For me, the wireless technology still needs to be upgraded a lot more. I want to sit on my chair and, you know, be around the wireless charging you know, bandwidth, in terms of if I'm sitting in my living room, I want to be able to use my phone wireless charging without having to plug it in or put it down and leaving it for a couple of hours. So if that can happen, that's going to be amazing. Now the design, you know, there are different colors to these Huawei smartphones, and they look decent. they're not too flashy, they're not too bright. They just look, sophisticated and look, business type. Maybe that's the angle they want to go with it. So pretty much good designs and colors, not too bright, not too flashy. It's it's shiny. It's really shiny with the Porsche version, but it's something that a lot of people can easily do with, and it's not really a deal breaker. Now we don't know how much is the pricing of the smartphones, so once we find out, I'll link it in the description or I'll tweet it out, so you can follow me on Twitter if you want to know how much the actual Huawei smartphone cost, the Mate 10 and the Mate 10 Plus and the Porsche. So stay tuned for that one. Anyway, this has been Item Tech. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave me guys your thoughts. Tell me what you think about these smartphones. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hold me close till I get up.